How are you guys doing? You just found out you have an excrement watch. So what you need now is an emergency plan. Okay, here it is. Number one, don't panic. Don't call the ref. Ref is way up north busy with something anyway. Okay, take the excrement off your wrist immediately. 2, double check to make sure that it's not a false alarm. You don't want it to be a false excrement watch alarm. So double check. Whatever you can do to double check. Okay. Unsubscribe from the channel that boosted this watch to you, that made you want it. Okay. So double check. You can go into forums. You can go into like any kind of articles, information. You can call up a trusted watch dealer. Just double check to make sure that it's not a false alarm. Okay. 3, find your receipt for the watch. Find the original packaging and watch box. That is if you found out that it's not a false alarm. So find all the paperwork, everything you got. Everything. Okay. Number 4, list specifically why your watch is excrement. That could be the following. It could be a Frankenstein watch. It could have like a stretched bracelet, or the wrong links in the bracelet, the wrong crystal, the wrong case back. It's just a mismatch of parts. It's a Frankenstein watch. Or the watch was wrongfully represented to you when you bought it. So that could mean like they represented the watch to you when you bought it, of course, and it may not really be made in the country on the dial. So it could say Swiss made on the dial. Well, maybe it's not even Swiss made at all. Maybe they just put that on there and just to get people to buy it, right? Like you might have believed in, oh, it's 100% Swiss made. Maybe that's only a legality, but maybe it's only like 40% made in China or something. So maybe you thought you had 100% made Swiss watch and it's only made somewhere else, right? So something that threw you off completely. Okay, number 5. Contact the seller or the store to return the watch. Tell them the reasons, because you've already listed it out, so you're all prepared. Tell them the reasons. But don't believe their excuses. They might say, oh, everything's okay, everybody loves that watch, oh, you're fine, whatever. Don't believe the excuses. Just tell them the truth, keep it really truthful. Now, number 6. If you must wear the watch, cover the watch with a tennis armband or bandana, okay? You can buy tennis armbands at sports stores online. You don't have much time, but get yourself a bandana. Just cover the watch because you don't want people to see this excrement watch. Okay. Now, 7. If the seller won't refund you for the excrement you bought, check your finances. See how much of a loss you can afford to take. Because if you got good financial standings, you might be able to afford to take the loss, depending how much you paid for the excrement. Hopefully you didn't pay too much. But you might be okay and be able to take the loss. So check your bank accounts, check your credit card statements, see how much money you got in your bank, all that stuff. Check like how much money you're making, how much you're spending, all that stuff. It's just simple finances and budgeting. Okay. Number 8. Find a buyer who loves the excrement watch and understands the watch. And this is all, of course, if the seller wouldn't refund you. So you go out and you start to try to find a buyer who loves the excrement watch and understands the watch. Don't misrepresent the watch to the buyer. Just make sure the buyer, you understand what this watch is and all about it. And don't misrepresent it. Don't do that. Just make sure that this buyer knows exactly what he's getting. You can even say to him, you understand that these watches take a big loss after they're bought new and the whole thing. Make sure he understands it, because you don't want to sell it to somebody, then they're upset with you and trying to return it back to you. Okay. Now, if you can't find any buyer, this is number 9, you might be stuck with the Excrement watch. Now don't panic, because you got your tennis armband already and your bandana, so don't panic. Now, the thing is here, you still got time to look for more buyers. Just no buyer doesn't mean to say there won't be one come up months from now or whatever. So you might be stuck with it for now, but don't feel like it's the end of the world, because you can always buy yourself like maybe a cheap Casio or something to replace it. It all depends on your finances, right? Now, 10. Just research. Seek a forum or some other place who loves the Excrement watch, and maybe you can find a buyer out of that. So maybe a fan club for this watch, or just a bunch of forum people that really love it and defend it. Like, just see who's really defending these kind of Excrement watches. And you just might find somebody amongst those people that would be willing to buy it. So it's not the end of the world. So that's the 10 things that the emergency plan if you just found out you have an Excrement watch. And it's good to keep these plans handy. And I hope you guys never end up with an Excrement watch. Thank you for your time.